Hey folks, see Rachana Ranade here, and I welcome you all to a very interesting topic wherein we are going to discuss about three major points. Number one, we are going to talk about the entire scenario about German recession. Number two, we are going to talk about how can it impact our Indian export market, and number three, very important, we are going to talk about how can it impact our Indian stock market. Okay, a disclaimer before I go on to the video. This is like a shoot and release video wherein I click the record button, I speak for like 8 to 10 minutes. After my speaking is done, I'll stop recording. So there is a chance that I may fumble. There's a chance that I may switch numbers. So just in case if I make an error, I will rectify it in the pinned comment. So after you watch the entire video, don't forget to check out the pinned comment as well. So first things first, we have to understand what is the meaning of recession, right? Technically, it is said that a recession is nothing but a case where there is a significant decline in the overall economic activity, and usually it is marked by a contraction in the GDP for consecutive 2 quarters or for 2 consecutive quarters. But if I were to make you understand that, let me just share my screen so that you will understand what do I mean by it. So here you can see that these are the latest 2 quarters where you can see that there is a decline. Okay, so 2 quarters back to back when there is a decline in the GDP, then it is said that that country is in recession. So this is about what? This is constant GDP. But if I were to talk about the GDP in terms of growth rate, the moment the growth rate in GDP goes below zero, we'll say that that's a negative growth in GDP, and that is where if it happens 2 quarters back to back, we'll say it is in recession. Now the question is that has this happened for the first time, or if I were to just check last 10 years, how many times has that happened in Germany? So for that, I'm going to take you to this scenario. This is the last 10 years data of Germany GDP growth rate. You can see here these were the 2 quarters back to back when it had gone in negative growth. But which is this? This is post 2020. So obviously we are going to ignore this. No doubts on that. Okay, that's an unusual event. But in the last 10 years, barring this unusual event, this has been the first time since Germany has technically gone into a recession. The question is that how big is Germany in the European Union? And for that, let me take you to this article wherein it is mentioned that Germany's economy has consistently been the largest economy in Europe since 1980. So I hope you're understanding that this being the largest economy in Europe since 1980, this does hold significance if such a country is going into recession. How big is it compared to the entire world now? So for that, this is a list of the biggest economies GDP wise since 2021, and here you can see Germany ranks 4th. Apna Bharat is ranking at the 5th position. So is this definitely an important one? So no doubts on that. So I hope you have understood the overall importance of Germany. Now the big question is that is it only Germany which is right now facing recession? Are there any other countries who may face recession in the coming few months or quarters, whatever? So for that, I'm sure you might have seen this image. This was pretty much viral in social media. This talks about the recession probabilities worldwide in 2023. Here you can see Germany had a 60% probability of going in recession, and it did go in recession. Which are the other countries which are having 50% plus probability of going in recession? It is UK, New Zealand, US, Germany we did discuss, Italy, Canada, France. Okay, this is a cut of 50%. We are not going to discuss below that. Where is India? Don't check on the right, check on the left. India has 0% probability of going into recession. This is not what I am saying. This is sourced by Bloomberg, sourced from Bloomberg basically. Now if I were to check these countries, be it UK, be it US, be it Italy, Canada, France, how big are these? So for that, let's go back to this chart. See, US is the topmost. Then UK again is 6th. Then you can also see France, Italy, Canada, all these are falling in top 10. So can that be having a significant impact? Answer is yes. Why not? So first things first, we have understood, yes, Germany is into recession. We have also understood that there could be few other countries which may go into the recession. Now, let's understand the second point which we were going to discuss in the video. That is, how can it impact the export market of India? How much do we export to Germany? And for that, if you are my, YouTube paid member, we call those as YouTube Pro Investor members, then I keep on writing blogs. I write one blog every week, which will keep you updated with the latest things that are happening in the economy. We try to refer to a lot of articles which are available over the internet. We try to summarize that in a simplified format, and on every Tuesday we give this information. So if you want to invest in knowledge, don't forget to sign up for our Pro Investor memberships. The link is also there in the pinned comment and in the description box. So here you can see India's export sector and the concerns. I've mentioned this in my city post, in the community tab post, that around 14% of India's total exports is to the European Union, and Germany being the top destination for Indian exports, followed by Netherlands, Belgium, Italy, France. Okay, agreed. But okay, 14% is to European Union. How much percentage is to Germany? And for that, you can see that in 2022, 4.4% of India's total exports were to Germany. So can that definitely impact our exports? Answer is yes. Which sectors, all that is also what I've given here. But I also referred to an Economic Times article wherein it was mentioned that how much monetary wise impact can it have on our exports. And you can see here that citing a report, Mr. Budia said that the estimated amount that can have an impact on the India's exports can be of value USD $2 billion. So $2 billion of exports can be the impact that it can have on the Indian exports market. So we have also understood the impact on the India's exports. Big question, how can it impact the Indian stock market? Logically, what do you feel? Can it impact our stock market in a negative way? So for that, let me tell you my thought process as well. It is said that you have to buy the rumor and you have to sell the news. Means what? Market is basically a forward looking thing. Okay, market tries to discount whatever is going to happen in the future. So if I know that there is a chance that many countries can probably go into the recession, market has already discounted it. And that is the reason why we have seen that all these US stock market or UK stock market, they have not been performing that well, right? Even if I'm talking about Indian stock market, we have not seen, of course the recovery was amazing, but by now seeing the India's growth trajectory, it should have crossed the all-time high. So right now what is happening is that we are still going a little bit slow, a little bit sluggish because of all these news. Once these news start coming up, the day Germany recession was declared, India said that okay, we have already digested this news. Even if one or two more economies say that okay, we have declared our recession, I don't think that's going to have a big negative impact. Why? Simple reason, as I mentioned, we have already factored this in our market. Did we learn this in the past as well? Yes, obviously, yes. We have seen this in the past. I'll give you a best example for this. Like what happened on 24th March 2020, everyone knows that PM had called for a complete lockdown for 21 days. Now, what do you think? This was the news. Did market fall after that? Answer is absolutely no. In fact, 24th March was the day. कहाँ पे गया मेरा पूरा Nifty? Okay, here you can see 24th March in fact was the day when नहीं ये तो 2020 आ गया. One minute. Where are we? Yes here. नहीं और पीछे और फटाफट March 2020 जल्दी आ जाओ भाई. Okay, yes, here we are. So this is where we were, 24th March 2020, where we made the lowest point, rock bottom point, 7,511 to be precise. From that day, we didn't see this low point since that day. So this is, before that what had happened? Till the news were going on, you can see markets had corrected by how much? By almost 38%. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to explain, that typically what happens is that market buys the rumor and market sells the news. And this is the time that we have already absorbed all these things. We have absorbed all the news. Now it is time to act smartly. I personally feel what sort of impact it will have on the Indian stock market. I don't think it will have a negative impact. Even if these news start coming up, we have already digested this. So I feel that in the mid to long term, we should be in a bullish momentum. I have been always, very positive on our Indian stock markets. And with the data additionally that is flowing in, I feel that all these news, pillar news, they are not going to have a big impact on the stock market. So in fact, I believe that buy on dips is the strategy that I personally am going to follow. What are you going to follow? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you loved this short and sweet video, don't forget to share this with your friends. Don't forget to smash the like button as well. I hope you enjoyed this one. Till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye-bye.